Now, most robot mops on the market these days just spread dirt around your home. You've seen it, those mop pads just drag the same dirty water across your floors, creating a mess instead of actually cleaning it up. But what if your robot could actually scrub like you do, with fresh water, real pressure, and continuous self-cleaning? Now, roller mops were all the rage this year at CES 2025, and the Ecovacs T80 Omni brings these new features along with others to their mid-tier line of robot cleaners. So let's take a closer look. Hey there neighbors, I'm Ryan the Tech Guy and welcome back to This Smart House. So back in the old days, robots just bumbled around your home. Today's bots are more powerful, can navigate around objects in your home, and even mop your floors. So what else could you really ask for? Well, today we're looking at the Ecovacs T80 Omni, and it brings its new OZMO Roller technology, a completely new approach to robot floor cleaning. Its new roller system can handle dried coffee stains and tough messes that more traditional robot mops might struggle with. So let's dive into what makes this $1,200 robot the most cost-effective way to get roller mopping technology into your home. So as I mentioned previously, at the core of the T80 Omni is its new OZMO Roller. Unlike flat pads or spinning discs, this horizontal roller will rotate at 200 RPM and applies consistent downward pressure, about 16 times more than most robot mops. So we can see the clean water is actually dispensed in front of the roller while dirty water is collected behind it. The dirty water then is actually placed into a separate tray, which is later collected from the base station. This helps avoid cross-contamination as the robot moves from room to room. So the roller gets automatically rinsed and re-wetted at intervals, or whenever the robot returns back to the base station. This system really helps maintain cleaning effectiveness across the large areas in your home without spreading the grime. So with some previous robots, you'll actually end up with streaks, so it'll take a mess from a small area and actually spread it out across a large part of your home. Now in practical use, I find that it really does a good job of lifting dried-on spills, like coffee, juice, or in my house, yogurt. This is a lot more effective than the traditional dual spinning pad systems. Now, a lot of the earlier robot mops struggled with cleaning right up against baseboards, which left small, unclean strips along the edges of the rooms because of the side of the robot. Now the T80 Omni uses something called TruEdge 2.0. Now we've heard this on other of the robots, but on this specific one, it's a combination of edge detection sensors and a mobile roller assembly that can shift outward. So how this works is the side sensor actually will detect the object there, and then the system will extend out the roller just enough to reach without bumping or scraping it. This helps reduce the amount of residue that's left along edges and in corners. This is especially great under kitchen cabinets. So in my testing, I find it makes a noticeable difference over time, especially along high traffic wall areas like hallways in and around kitchen cabinets. Overall, the mopping system is a big improvement over the spinning discs of previous models. So while mopping is the headline feature of the T80, it also delivers an impressive vacuuming performance. It boasts a suction power of 18,000 pascals, which is basically at the top of its class, ensuring effective debris pickup from various floor types. Now the standout feature on all of the new robots is the ZeroTangle 3.0 main brush. This brush is designed to minimize hair entanglement, which is one of the few things that keeps these robots from running every single day. Now the brush utilizes a 45-degree V-shaped bristle configuration combined with a spiral design and an integrated comb tooth on the inside. This setup effectively will grab the hair off of the spinning roller and direct it towards the center and back into the dustbin. This prevents it from getting wrapped around the outside edges of the roller, which will actually cause the robot to stop, thinking the roller is jammed. Now, as someone who has tested all three versions of the ZeroTangle system, this 3.0 makes a major difference if you have long-haired individuals in your home. Another upgrade in that ZeroTangle 3.0 is their new Arc Clean Anti-Tangle Side Brush. You'll notice it looks completely different than any previous brush. It has these two inward curved bristles and cluster design that gives it great edge cleaning, but prevents hair from being wrapped around. If you notice the traditional 3-spoke system, hair can easily get trapped around them and then jam this up. This new system allows those to slip off and prevent them from getting wrapped around the shaft here. Now strangely, they didn't include the ability for the edge brush to extend out like we saw in the T50 series. I'm assuming that's going to come in a later model. Now the T80 Omni also offers multiple suction modes: Quiet, Standard, Max, and Max Plus. This allows you to customize cleaning based on the mess level or the specific room, or reduce the noise level if you want to vacuum at night. Additionally, the automatic carpet detection will increase suction power when it transitions from hardwoods onto carpets. This is a nice touch and allows you to use the full strength of the robot when it's on carpets, where you don't usually hear it as much. Together, all these features make the T80 Omni particularly suitable for homes with pets or individuals with long hair. This offers low maintenance and an efficient cleaning experience. Now, like most advanced robot vacuums, the T80 Omni uses LiDAR to help map your home. But what makes this model a little bit different is that it combines the embedded LiDAR system at the front with visual recognition through the Ecovacs AIVI 3D 3.0 system. This hybrid setup lets it identify and respond to obstacles in real time. So things like socks, pet bowls, and toys don't get caught up. And it does this without needing to actually make physical contact by using the front bumper. It's pretty cool because you get to watch the map build in real time and see exactly what it's cleaned and what it's avoided. So one thing I did notice in my testing is that if I have to pick the robot up for any reason, even to just help it out of a tight spot, it'll often ask to recalibrate the map. This can be a little frustrating because the robot actually has to go and drive around your home to recalibrate where it is in the location. Now, I haven't seen this on any of the previous models, so it could just be a bug in the software. Now, you will notice that there's no LiDAR stock on top like there's been in the previous models. It's because the LiDAR is actually embedded here right below the camera. That's nice because it allows the robot to fit under objects like couches. So what all this means is that the robot can confidently find its way around your home, plan the best path, and detect the type of material it's cleaning. So it can actually detect carpet, and it shows up on the map where you have carpet in your home, and it will actually avoid mopping those areas. You can actually go in the app and tell it to clean the carpeted areas first before it even wets the mop. That way your carpet stays dry and you don't get any residue left over on it. Now, one of the biggest advantages of the T80 Omni system is that it's designed to be nearly hands-free between cleanings. The Omni Station handles multiple maintenance tasks automatically. It washes and scrapes the roller mop, dries it with heated air, and empties the onboard dustbin into a large disposable bag. It also refills the clean water tank as needed, assuming you've topped off the station's reservoirs. You'll still need to occasionally empty the dirty water tank and refill the clean one, but that's typically after several cleaning sessions, depending on the size of your home. Usually I find I have to refill the water tank about every 4 times I clean and empty the dirty tank about every 6. Now, the dust bag itself will last around 90 days, again depending on how often you use the robot. And the drying cycle typically runs for about 2 hours and uses low heat. It's not completely silent, but it's a really soft fan sound and it's quieter than a typical bathroom vent, so you typically don't really notice it unless you're really listening for it. And in the app, you get reminders for things like filter changes, mop cleaning, and when the dust bag is full. It'll also tell you when you need to refill the water tanks or empty the dirty one. Overall, this reduces the day-to-day effort that most mop-capable robots will actually require. Now, physically, the T80 Omni measures just under 98 millimeters in height, which puts it just slightly taller than some of the ultra-slim models, but still low enough that you can clean under most couches and beds. And because it's that traditional round shape, it's fairly compact, allowing it to maneuver through tighter spaces without much trouble. I really had no issues getting between chair legs or under coffee tables in my testing. There are a few dead spots that no robot can really get to, but we just usually pull the chairs out and the robot will get under there when we have the chairs pulled out. It also supports multi-floor mapping. So if you do have a multi-story home, you can carry it to different floors, let it map and clean, and then it will store that layout separately. Just keep in mind, it doesn't auto-detect which floor it's on, so you'll need to select the correct map manually. So let's take a quick look inside the Ecovacs app, which gives you quite a bit of control over the T80. Now in the app, you can view the live map, edit room boundaries, rename spaces, and set no-go zones for both vacuuming and mopping. The robot can also detect carpet zones and raise thresholds and will prompt you to add them onto your saved map, making future cleans more accurate and helping you find different areas on the map. The robot also includes access to the built-in camera. So from the app, you can actually view a live feed, manually drive the robot around, or even use it to check on pets or other areas of your home. There's also two-way audio calling in there as well, so you can use it to speak to someone in your home through the robot. Now, one limitation that caught me by surprise is that the T80 doesn't actually support the new Eco GPT voice assistant, or apparently any of the voice assistants that they've had previously. That's very unusual since almost every other Ecovacs has either had the older Eco or the new Eco GPT. So I expected to see it here as well. But on the plus side, it does support Matter integration. So you can set it up in your smart home platform of choice to start, stop, switch modes, and check the status, all within your app of choice. I've got mine set up in Home Assistant, and so far it's pretty useful. That way you don't have to rely on a third-party integration. But you could also set it up in Google Home or Apple Home if you prefer. And if you're already using voice assistants around your home, the T80 works with both Google Home and Alexa. With it, you can start or stop a clean with just your voice. You can even send it back to the dock. And if you're clever, you can set it up with smart home routines in either of those apps to where if you leave, it'll automatically launch the robot. So that's pretty nice. Now, as mentioned at the top of the video, the T80 Omni runs around $1,200, which places it right in the middle of Ecovacs' mid-range T-Series. So I feel like for that price, you're getting a flagship level cleaning system, but without all the extra bells and whistles that we see in the X-Series. And a lot of times the X-Series brings new features in that don't actually keep going. They're kind of a test ground and then it moves on to the more traditional T-Series. The focus here has been on the improved roller mop and the increased suction power. Now, if we compare it to the T50 Pro Max, which uses dual spinning pads and offers around 1,850 pascals of suction, the T80 trades just a tiny bit of vacuum power for a major leap forward in mopping technology. And unlike the T50 or other previous models, the T80 is the only Ecovacs model right now with a full width roller mop and true rinse and dry systems. Now, the new X9 that I'll be reviewing here in another week also has that new mopping system on board. So if you have a home that's like mine, full of hard surfaces like wood and tile, then having something like this is definitely a step up over the traditional mopping pads. Now, I actually haven't seen a rolling mop since an earlier model of a Xiaomi robot that I tested a couple years ago. So it's nice to see that design returning because I think it does do a better job of mopping hard surfaces. Unlike that robot, this one actually has very powerful suction on board and has all those lessons learned with the new ZeroTangle system. I've really noticed that the ZeroTangle system makes a huge difference when it comes to keeping these robots running for longer, because you don't have to stop and take them apart and pull all the hair out of all the different places. So to wrap it all up, I really think the Ecovacs T80 Omni takes a unique approach to floor cleaning. In my few weeks of testing, I did find it delivers where it really counts, with the powerful suction motor for the vacuum side and the brand new self-cleaning roller mop. This will let you handle most tough messes, especially if you have little ones around your home. And the fact that it can do this all automatically is super nice, especially for busy families. And of course, it's not without a few flaws. The map recalibration can be a bit annoying, and the base station is a little large. But if you have mixed flooring between carpet and hard surfaces, and you want something that can do the job without a lot of oversight, then the T80 really is a great choice. So another big thank you goes out to Ecovacs for sending over the robot and their continued support of the channel. If you'd like to check out the T80 Omni, please use the links I have down in the description below. They go to help the channel and let Ecovacs know that you got solid information from this channel. So if you did find this first look helpful, please feel free to subscribe and let me know in the comments any questions that you have about this or any other vacuum robot that I've tested previously. Now, if you want to check out the T50 series that I just did a review on a few weeks ago, you can check out the video right here. Or if you want to see all of my vacuum robot videos, I've got an entire playlist right over here. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.